Welcome to Dingers and Dashers. My name is Josh alongside my co-host Adam. It's a stupendous day to talk all things Caps hockey. Let's get right into it. Couple announcements off the bat. You might have heard them in our baseball episode that just came out too. New logo coming next week. It's really exciting. We're going to get a little holiday season rebranding happening. Some new segments, some old segments being brought back potentially. And to commemorate the end of the first era of Dingers and Dashers, a big fan of our show actually got these made and sent us our very own retro Dingers and Dashers logo mugs. This is the first era logo right here as we move into our next era. So thank you very much. And let's get right underway. And Adam, I hate to move from such a great thing to such a poopy thing right off the bat, but the hell is happening to the Caps right now?
Yeah, Josh, you're referring to the Caps losing 3 straight games. We were on such a good hiatus, such a good roll. I mean, the Caps, when we were talking about them, they were winning every game. I mean, that one Ducks loss in overtime. Wait, so have they won 4? They've lost 4 straight then. No,
Yeah.
they beat the Blue Jackets. They did not.
They
They beat the Blue
they
Jackets.
came home. Logan Thompson had the 39 save shutout. Then they lost in the shootout, and then they were outscored 10-1 in the next 2 games. And I mean, it's a byproduct of sports. Like, your team's going to lose 3 games at once, which is why it's not something we need to harp on so much today. But I just watched them lose, so it's fresh in the mind. Being outscored 10-1, getting embarrassed, losing another shootout. Whew.
Yeah,
It's
wait,
just
can we
weird.
wait? I like the 5-0, 5-1 losses. That stuff happens in the season. You don't want to see it.
Dump it, flush it.
It shows that we have flaws. Every team has flaws. Flaws can be fixed. I want to say Charlie Lindgren, we're happy to see you back. He came back for the 5-0 loss today. Not the level we wanted to see out of him, but it's a little bit like he comes back for a 5-0 loss. But
He
like
came
Charlie
back with the 5-0 loss. No, a lot of it was just defensive breakdowns too. Like, I would have liked to see him make a couple more saves, but also at the same time, it's first time playing in a little while. Tough game.
But what I really want to harp on is the OT loss. Can we forfeit OTs? Like, do we have to keep
It wasn't
playing?
even
Like, I mean, sorry, not OT,
yeah.
not OT. Do we have to stop playing? Do we have to keep playing shootouts? Like, do we have to? Because
Yeah.
there's no reason to play them. It gives our fans false hope. We're not winning a shootout. Stop having hope that we're going to win a shootout. And I'm one of those guys. If you watch the highlight package from the Canes game, I'm in the background of when the Canes players are shooting on our net. I'm in the background of those. I'm making reactions to it. You can see me. You can press pause on the highlight package. But, dude, I'm one of those players who has the false hope. Stop giving us false hope.
Yeah, every single time the Caps go to a shootout, I'm like, all right, let's get it done. This is our moment right here. It's controlled play. Let's send out. Oh, we're sending out. Oh, we're sending out. Oh, we're sending. Why is Anthony Beauvillier starting the shot? I know he scored last time, but like, there's other guys on the team who can shoot,
Josh,
right?
there's nobody who's made a shot. Just give random people tries. I'm all means for giving Trevor Van Riemsdyk an opportunity. Give anyone an opportunity.
Throw Logan Thompson on the ice for a shootout. Let him rip a slap shot or whatever he could do with that goalie paddle of his and see what happens. Because what I've noticed here, Adam, is that our goalies are really good in game about breakaways and about making those big saves. But when it comes to a shootout, I don't know, maybe if it's the pacing is completely dictated by the shooter. They get a little anxious, get a little jumpy. I don't know what happens exactly, but it doesn't make sense to me that the LT is going to turn aside 8 breakaways in a game and then give up 2 of 3 goals in a shootout. And it does, and it does make sense to me that we're not scoring in these shootouts because in games we're also not really converting on breakaways. The Caps play a really good 5-man game, and the way that they score most of their goals is creating traffic in front, creating chaos, getting on a high forecheck. So there are guys on our team that can dangle and finagle, and those are the guys who should be going out in the shootout. But Carberry's kind of putting out the guys who are really good at the forecheck, really good at making the little plays happen. But in a shootout, you need a guy who's going to dangle. So, yeah, Sonny Milano might be logging 10 minutes of ice time a night. Ethan Frank might be logging 10 minutes of ice time a night. But come the shootout, those should be your guys that you're going to go to first.
Yeah, Josh, I totally agree. Our finishing has been a huge problem this year. And it's been a problem in the past couple of years. You have a puck in tight, you have to finish the play. There were so many chances in that Canes game where guys like Protas had it right on his skate in overtime, where Strome had that breakaway and he barely even got a shot on net. you have to make the best of what you have at your chances. And Ovi's shown that that's what he can do. Ovi doesn't have Ovi now has like 100 chances, but Ovi's thing is that he finishes the play. That's why he has so many goals. He's not making the most insane plays, play after play after play. When he has the puck, when he has an open net, when he has at least a sliver of a net, he'll convert. That's what you get with a good ball. You get it with a good hockey player, someone who will convert with what they're given. Josh, and the Caps are just not doing that this year. And I think that's like we play such a good 5-man game, like you said. We get pucks to the net, and eventually they're going to go in. But you have to balance that out with good finishes, good breakaway plays.
Yeah, we've won one game past regulation, and it was in overtime. It wasn't even in a shootout. It was a Chikrin game winner, just on the doorstep, bang, put it in. Because that's how the Cavs play. It's that ground and pound offense. And I've been a little bit frustrated with Spencer Carberry thus far into the season. I think he's a great coach, but I don't think his decisions this year have been great. For example, the power play, it's getting fixed. We're on our way back from that. But Ovi taking double shifts on that still continued tonight. It's not productive because our biggest problem in the power play is getting in the zone, getting entries, getting speed, and getting set up. Too many times we're getting rejected at the blue line. So when you have a guy like Ovi, he's a slower skater. He should be coming on the ice once you're set up, once you're on those offensive zone draws is when he should be coming in. He shouldn't be the guy bringing a puck into a zone because he's not a puck handler at this point in his career. He's a ground and pound shooter. So Carberry started limiting his ice time a little bit more. I think Ovi's gone from like 23 minutes or so to closer to like 18 to 20 minutes. And I like that decision because it creates more time for other players to get on the ice. And I think that when things aren't going well in certain aspects of your game, you got to change how you play those parts of the game.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you on the Ovi can't play the full power play because we need Ovi playing to his full standards on the first power play, and then when you just leave him out on the second power play, the whole time he's just standing there. And it's worked when his shot has been working in his office, but Josh, to be blatantly honest, we haven't seen his shot be working in his office. He hasn't
Yeah,
scored in his
no.
office in a long time, and it hasn't been
Net front.
consistent enough. He's
Net
been in the
front
net front.
is where
That's
he's
where
been.
he's got his goals. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the net front is a player who's working all the time, who's skating all the time. They're never the guy who just stays in. It's that guy who has the wicked shot who can stay in because he can stand around and still score goals in the power play. But right
And
now,
tonight,
Ovi's not doing that.
and tonight against the Wild, we have a power play. Crucial moment of the game. Down a couple goals. Game still within reach. Ovi's standing still in the circle, stick up, just ready to shoot. They got someone guarding him closely. And while that does acknowledge how great Ovi is, that they're putting a guy on him, and yes, it does open up the other side to a 4-on-3, I need to see Ovi moving a little bit. You know, we weren't moving Philip Gustafson enough tonight, the Wild's goalie tonight. We were moving him side to side. We were letting him. What they said on the broadcast was he saved everything with his chest, and that meant that he had enough time to get there, and his angles were good, and he could see the puck really well. And so, what the Caps need to do is, bring that puck down low, activate Ovi. Ovi comes in, bang, bang. It was just a lot of shot, and we skate through a line change. We need that bang, bang play, and whether he's 40 or not, when Ovi gets his legs moving, it has a ripple effect on the entire team. So I need Ovi to move those legs and get us going a little bit. The third line does a great job of that, but they're only given 4 minutes to play per period. They're playing 10 minutes a night. That's not enough time to really change the dynamic of the game. Every time LaPierre, Frank, Milano, any of those guys are out on the ice, we seem to be getting great shifts, forechecking, offensive zone turnovers. Like we force a turnover. So I want to see more of that.
Yeah, I want to say I love the pronunciation of Gustafson. That was a great pronunciation, Josh. Yeah, but no, I totally agree. I think with Alex Ovechkin, he's been someone who in the past in the playoffs, when he has a big hit, when he's firing, there's shifts when he bounces off players. He's like bouncing. He gets a hit here, and then he gets a slap shot on net, and that's something that fires up the team. I mean, Tom Wilson did that today, and he fired up the team by getting a little kerfuffle in the first period where he was pushing around, and we couldn't capitalize, but we really dominated that first period. I think on the shot department. We didn't win the first period. We lost 1-0 in the first period, but it's something that something that's understated. When you can fire up your team, when you can do something aggressive, when you make a big hit, everybody reacts to that, and they're like, "Okay, this is not a game where we're just going to skate around. This is not a game where one person doesn't want to win this game. They want to help the team." Tom Wilson loves to do that, and I want to see a little bit more from Ovechkin, but I'm not going to harp too much on him because it's Alex Ovechkin. Come on, man.
He's a GOAT, and I wanna see him get hot, especially as we move into the holiday season. Um, yeah, but Ovi, he needs to be in the game for these team to really work. I mean, really in the game. Not is he on the ice? Is he laying those hits? If he's not getting back to the bench and turning to whoever's next to him and going, "Let's go, babes. Let's go, babes," he's not in the game.
Come on, bands to make
So
her dance. Come on.
bands has to make her dance, man. We want you, baby. Da 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 da. So if you're gonna do all that stuff in the tunnel, that energy has to present on the ice as well, you know. And the Caps, they currently sit 4 points out of first place, and they're first in the wild card. They're about to go play 5 games in 8 days. It's gonna be intense. It's gonna be a lot of hockey. I'm really excited to watch the amount of hockey they're about to play. But those 5 games, you need to come away with 4 wins to really put yourself on a good trajectory going into the new year, because then you have a month, then you have the Olympic break. You don't want to be coming out of that Olympic break in the final stretch of the season in this come from behind mode, because that brings us right into something else. The Caps aren't coming from behind this year like they were last year. Last year, 24 come from behind wins. This year, a little over a third into the season, 2.
Yeah. When the Caps score first, good things happen. When the Caps don't, bad things happen. And that's something that I think needs to change because you're not going to score first goal every single time. And something that the Caps did last year is they were really great at overcoming adversity. I think the Avalanche are really great at that. Some of the top teams are really great at overcoming adversity because the team will never get down. The team will still make big hits. And I think that's where like the firing up your team, that's where it comes in a game where you're down. In a game where you're up, you're already like everybody's already fired up because they're winning the game and they know they can win the game. But when you're down, you need something bigger to fire them up. And that's what I want to see
And
from the Caps.
are we potentially seeing the ripple effect of A, no Pierre-Luc Dubois, but B, Ryan Leonard? Because earlier in the season, we pointed out that Ryan Leonard might be the next guy on the Caps who's going to be able to change the dynamic of the game like that. You know, he's quick, he's hard hitting, he has all the things. And so without him, you maybe see the team, I wouldn't say lose some of its identity, but lose some of the style that they get after. And we talked about if something's not working, you got to change it up. Look, our goalies have given up each 5 goals in our last starts. Why don't we throw Brandon Duhaime between the pipes? You know, he's got that dog in him. Put some pads on his legs, tape a chest protector to his throat, and put him in.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to do that, Josh. And
No,
bad
bad call.
idea. Bad
Bad
idea.
Hey,
All right, but let's head into some
it would be fun to watch.
sure would, Josh. Something that's really fun to watch. The Maple Leafs at the Capitals. That'll be a fun game. Thursday night at 7 p.m. Yeah. I hope
All
I
right.
hope we get back on the board with that one. That's a game that we should win. The Leafs I think they've been struggling this year, Josh. Is that correct?
They've been struggling, and we handled them the last time we saw them. So I hope that we can I hope that we can turn on the red light.
Yeah, get back on track with that game. That's a big game. You got to win. The Caps did a great job. When they were getting back on track, they were winning the games that they needed to win, winning against the bad teams, and then it translated into winning against the good teams. Gosh, and then we go. We have a little interesting series. It's gonna be really interesting. This is gonna be really could be a big swing. We have one of these Caps Red Wings at the Capitals, and then Capitals at the Red Wings back to
A
back.
home and home series. Now, I'm gonna back this up. A little bit of history for you guys right here. Uh, in about October or so, I mistakenly referred to a Caps Lightning game as a Caps Red Wings game. I got a semi-angry message from a fan pointing out we didn't play the Red Wings. You know exactly who you are. Hey, it's all love at the end of the day, but it was pointed out very clearly that there's a home and home series happening on the 20th and the 21st between the Red Wings and the Caps. So I figured we got to give that a shout. Adam, it's a home and home series. I mean, these are fun.
I love home and home
Anyways,
series, Josh. It's gonna be tough for the Caps though, because you're going all the way to Detroit and then back. Well, actually, we're going here and then to Detroit, which is I think even
so
tougher.
it might work into Detroit's favor, but Sunday, my birthday, let's get a Caps win because I don't want to be in shambles. And a 1 o'clock game is just going to set the tone for how the rest of the day goes.
Yeah, 2 back-to-back home games. That's 2 back-to-back day games. Yeah, that's gonna be really interesting, really fun. We get to see what the Red Wings got. Come on, show us what you got. And then we got the Rangers at the Capitals Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Yeah,
We
and
don't give
I
much
will
rest
be
that
there.
week.
Yeah, no rest for the weary here, and I will be there on Tuesday. I'm so excited to see, Red Wings Caps. There's always some fight between the two teams.
Rangers.
So we play Tuesday 7 p.m. against so that's a lot of games that are about to come at you, and then we get a nice holiday break off till Saturday. But Adam, you know who doesn't take holiday breaks? You want me to tell you who?
Who?
Well, I'll tell you, most podcasts they take off the week between Christmas and New Year's.
Oh,
But
but
I don't think Dingers and Dashers is taking a week off. No, because we're going to be dropping 2 episodes as per usual. We're going to film a bunch of other awesome content. We're going to start getting out in the street hockey court, a little NHL net, start working with the sticks, start swinging the bats. We're about to get into the content with you
down and
guys.
dirty.
To say it
Down
in
and
those
dirty.
words, it will be
Say it,
down and
Josh. Down and
dirty.
dirty.
Hey, Dingers and Dashers, down and dirty. It just works really well. So we're gonna hang out next week's podcast. Next week's podcast, the week after. Hey, we'll be here forever. But the next week's podcast is gonna be our holiday version of our podcast. We're gonna have our little retro mugs here. We're gonna have hot chocolate. We're gonna have pajamas. It's gonna be a really fun time. We're gonna get in the spirit of the holidays. But until then, we leave you with these words of wisdom. Rock the red. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, as you all do every week. I've been Josh. That's Adam. It's Dingers and Dashers every Wednesday, and we'll see you later.